Steven Universe, whatever episode this is Steven Universe. House guest. This is the episode that follows up Mirror and Ocean Gym. Basically, this episode starts with Greg fixing the van with the gems. Steven decides, why don't I just heal Greg's leg? Which I think is the second time he's healed officially in this show. And seems like he didn't do it. And Greg decide because his van's still being fixed up, decides he wants to live with Steven again. So they go, hang out the house, and he kind of starts interrupting Steven's life. Reps this very, very dangerous gem mission, which I don't fully understand what the geo thing is, but whatever. And then he heals it up, realizes that he did heal Greg's leg. And the reason, and he's been having a hard time healing the Geo thing, is because it got in his head and made him feel like his powers aren't good enough. And at the end of the day, he learned, and they saved the day together, like father and son. I don't really like this episode because, number one, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So first of all, in this episode, Greg wants to live with Steven. So he messes with him about his powers, which is a shitty thing to do for one. But what bothers me is not that. It's that if I don't understand Greg's thing of wanting to live with his son when they live in the same town and see each other all the time. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And then by the end of the episode, Greg's solution is just to park his van on the beach, which you never see again. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not a very funny episode. It's not a very interesting episode. It's not very lore heavy. I mean, I guess it developed Greg's and Steven's relationship a little bit, but not in a way that if you skip this episode, you would miss anything. It's a fine episode. The song in it, Dear Old Dad, I guess is the reason to really watch this episode. But it's not a great song, but I say it's, good to watch because with that song, it recurs in other episodes musically as like a reoccurring melody that kind of means a lot to Steven and Greg's relationship. But overall, it's like a very episode. And it's always hard with these shows to follow up some of the greatest episodes in the series with all these big lore drops, and then you have to follow that up. And I feel like almost always they disappoint, not on purpose. Like, it's not like the creators go, wow, we're going to disappoint. I think it's just because you have to take a smaller, let's go back, chill for a minute, have a normal, regular weekly episode before we get back into lore stuff. And it can either really work and be effective, like I think Amphibia is really great at that, but here it's just kind of